Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, back with another serving of Cursed Mountain. I don't know what to expect because this is a blind experience of a game that I bought on a whim, but you should know that by now because this is episode 4. And, well, you say remember, but yeah, at the end of the last episode, we saw a vision of someone mentioning 3 different coloured Tara, whatever they are. One in the north, one in the west, one in the east, and we need to go and find them, and presumably that'll help us break those symbols and get through that door, or something like that, I don't know. Now, we also saw, in the last episode, what may or may not have been Todpa. Yes, I've been calling him Thodpa because, for some reason, the whole audio thing just hasn't been sinking in with me as to how to pronounce... Let me try that sentence again. I've not been listening to the subtitles, or reading the words that are said out loud. Well, anyway, we saw what I thought was Todpa, may or may not have been him, and he was doing some sort of chant, which is an actual chant from this part of the world that's supposedly intended to get the universe's attention, to say, "Yo, universe, I'm about to ask you a favour, would you mind obliging?" And then there was also the mention of cutting through illusions or something like that, and I was informed by the lovely Tristan Blackwolf, and I really appreciate the information here, that we're looking for, well, we may well be looking for, an artifact that is a knife that can cut through illusion, which I suppose you'd probably be able to guess just based on the choice of words, the whole cut through illusion thing, and again, that's based on an actual artifact or concept or something like that from within... maybe not Buddhism, but this part of the world. Whatever the case may be... Hang on, which part of the... Okay, the upper village, so I am right to go back up the hill. Okay, I'll check out the books that were picked up in a moment, but I want to get this off my chest. This, for a game that I bought for £2 and that was met with ravingly mediocre reviews all across the board, I'm genuinely impressed at how well researched it is in places like this. Like... I've mentioned before, I'm sort of enjoying this. Sort of. Like, it's not brilliant. There are some really obvious flaws with this game that... Okay. The Alan Walker Brigade, for example. There are things that this game does that, what was the controls again? Oh yeah, it's B. This game isn't perfect, by any means. But it's strangely enjoyable. I'm not quite sure how that works out. Now, excuse you, where's the other one? There he is. Excuse me, did I just assume its gender? Oh, there's another one. Well, we did see 3 in that cutscene, so more fool me, I suppose. Now, part of me hopes that the combat system gets a little bit more different from this. But at the same time, this is something I know that I can do. Flail the Wii Remote shapelessly. Like, I know I can do this successfully, so I'm hoping that it doesn't change, but I'm also hoping that it does, because variety. Maybe that's just me. As I said, though, as I said in the last episode, I am glad that there is combat at all, rather than have an extremely aggressive stealth game, because I don't stealth, yum. So what is this? Oh, I can yoop this now. The fuck? There's something about the notation that I understand there that indicates... Am I being attacked? Or what? There's something within the notation that I understand saying, oh, do this with a nunchuck instead. And that says to me that perhaps... No ambush? I was expecting an ambush. That perhaps we're going to need to use the nunchuck in combat now as well. Oh wow, you don't say! Go figure, we'll be blessed with the most observant climber in the known universe. I'm surprised they let me come in here, and yet there is nothing of value in here. Stop commenting on things that aren't visible on camera, you foo! Oh look, there's a thing. Can I... Are we fight? Where is the flap dongle, and how do I twaddle it? Should I be taking this more seriously? Like I said, this game is... for what it is, very well referenced, so maybe I should treat it with a bit more respect. And are there ghosts or not? Do I need to fight? Do I wish to engage in combat? I've made that reference already. What, is this the contents of the book or just in general? Just a random housewife cleanses her home with ghost Febreze. Febreghosteze. No, that wasn't funny. Is this... That's blue, and maybe it's the Tara we're looking for. I don't know what a Tara is. I thought that was just the name for the seals and the symbols. And yay, it's a new ghost. It's a bit faster, but still just as... Where are you now? Atlantis, under the sea. I had to do both gestures to kill it. Oh, that's a novelty. Now, what have we got here? A book. Well, now would be a good time, I think. Oh, never mind. Fuck it, I'm gonna get the incense first. Okay. Now, I thought that said you have no incense sticks. I got very worried for a second. I think now would be a good time to catch up on the books that we've been collecting. So, sealing ritual as opposed to floor ritual. We've already established that these seals are basically this game's version of small keys and locked doors. And oh, Tara is a goddess. Oh, it's a name, isn't it? I forgot that Tara is a name. Right. So, I think that the Kartrika is the thing that we have on the end of our pickaxe anyway? So I don't know what the Keela is, but I'm sure that'll become clear if it's important. And then there's the whole idea of miasma. Dark, like bad air, is also associated with illness, and that's like malaria does mean bad air, so... I misread that name as Dingus for a second, so that's fun. Okay, that's that last sentence, which I only saw as I was closing the note. That's a bit rude. That... Really am starting to dislike that, frankly. I was going to check if that... Okay, that is the Kartrika. Okay. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to make sure that I was on top of my game. And by my game, I mean this game. And by this game, I mean it cost £2. That's not grammar. I'm rambling. I'm still a little bit ill. Although this cold is going away fairly quickly, which I'm pleased about, because it's been about 10 seconds since my last cold. And oh, look, there's the next place. Oh, that's a relief. Because I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what to do. I think I need something entirely new. What? I had to shoopelnoot it vertically? I was not warned about this. I am not adequately prepared for these shenanigans. Can I shoot you? No, you're just one of those ones who walks around. Okay. Well, don't grab me by the throttle and goosel my neck, and everything will be fine. Christ, I am so fucking annoying! How do you put up with me? Okay, so... Someone's causing a mess in the other room by the sound of it? Are we going to be jump scared, or are we going to have another fighty feel at our hands? Looking like the latter? Or are you just going to stand there? Or both? Oh, you have a bit more of a face than the others. Are you going to be intimidating? Or can I just shoot you with my Star Fox Adventures style pickaxe with my Kajagoogoo beam? Are you behind me? Nope, you're there. Okay, well... And you only took a simple slice. You'd expect that I'd need to use the vertical swoosh of the nunchuck in order to get rid of it. I'm not sure how the game knows how to distinguish between the various gestures, because it's... We've had two gestures so far that involve shaking the nunchuck, one horizontally and one vertically. I don't know how it can tell the difference, because I'm just wambling it in every direction in hopes of the best times. Is that a curtain? No, it's just a... Oh, there's a guy. Can you be helped? Or are you going to fight me? Really? You're just gonna have the aggressive Instagram filter? Or is this an instant game over room, or is this... Well, this isn't RPG Maker, so... Not gonna have that level of shoddy design. Are you leading me or are you fighting me? I genuinely can't tell. Now, which way should I go? You're so much of a threat that I can continue pondering whether to keep walking towards you or away from you in anticipation of your ambush while your ambush is ongoing. That's how non-threatening you are. And that is such a... I don't like the way it displays the gestures on screen. Because yes, now I'm starting to learn what they mean. But just the way it displays the insignias... I'm totally just stealing words from these item descriptions, it feels like. There's just... the way it shows gestures that I need to do versus ones that I've already done, it's kind of hard to tell what it means. Like, in terms of, oh, there's this little red one, that means you've already done it. Well, that's not really easy to tell from how it's displayed. I don't know, I feel like I could have been of great benefit had I been on the design team for this game. But I don't think I would have been, because... well, this is something that I've mused before, and I think it was not on recording, so this counts as fresh commentary because, you know, stay fresh. Stealing everything. That's just what my commentary is, apparently. Like some sort of spongy amoeba. Where are you going? This idea that if this game had in fact been, like, big budget, really well received, crazily popular, everything, I probably wouldn't have considered buying it at all. Like, I would not have bought it. I wouldn't jump up the stairs like that. Like, I wouldn't have considered getting it at all. I wouldn't have given it a second thought. I would have just left it in the game shop to whatever the video game version of Rot is. Where are you? Where are you now? Down there? Okay. Simple. Simple pimple. Pudding and pie. Kissed the ghosts and made them cry. No. If this had been a huge budget game that was really well received, I wouldn't have considered it at all, because this isn't the sort of game that I'd go for. I don't like this top of game. Yes, that's absolutely correct. Can I climb over this? No, I cannot. Well, you never can tell. Why? Why the Instagram? Why did you lead me up here? There is nothing of value up here. Where is the final piece of the thing? I want to create a stone pie and offer it to the local goddesses so that I can pass through the thing. I'm only half sure where I need to take it anyway. That's a healing place, but despite everything, healing really isn't all that needed. Should it be more obvious where I need to go next? I don't know which one I'm missing, because it said, you know, green tower, red tower, blue tower in various directions. I don't remember which one was which, so... but yeah, I think part of the appeal of this game, to me, as it currently stands, is I didn't know what to expect going into it. So, that's why I bought it, apart from the fact that it was cheap, and I bought it out of pity. Yeah. I'd almost want to, like, cut or speed up until I find the next symbol. Because it said in our list of objectives to check the upper village, and this is distinctly the uppermost section of the village, so I'd want to keep you with me for the genuine, authentic, blind experience. But the first one we went into was further north than here, so that means that must be either the east or the west. But this is like the very western end of the village. Oh, but there's a ghost behind me, so... that's... I think I'm seeing something just over there, so maybe we're in the right place. So are these just randomly spawning, or is there some... are there certain thresholds you need to walk past? It was literally just opposite the first place, wasn't it? It's in there. Is it? Could it be? Yes, thank you. Okay, now how do I get in there? Yeah, I can't tell whether the ghosts are just spawning at random, you know, like random encounters like Pokemon games or whatnot, or if they are at scripted points throughout the area. I don't know. But it doesn't matter because we're coming upon the third shoe place. I don't know whether that wants me to flick it forwards like casting a fishing rod, or flick it upwards like chopping in reverse. I don't know. What is this game? And yet you don't want to test my knowledge of this new gesture. Heaven forbid. Or whatever the appropriate epithet? Is that how you pronounce that? Whatever the relevant higher plane of existence is that would be relevant to these people. And don't mind me just not pointing at the screen and still trying to shoot him. And also no... The thing wasn't full... I will own that simply because the thing wasn't fully charged. Because you can only shoot so many times before the card trigger thing has to recharge, so... Now, if I'm understanding the health tutorial anyway, there are so many ways of restoring your health in this game that it's really not a problem. Because you can heal at those various shrines using incense. You can heal just by walking around. I think you can only heal so much by walking around, but like you can heal a little bit back just by walking. And then defeating ghosts restores your health as well. So health is as good as not a factor. So I would class this as third-person survival horror, but the survival aspect really isn't that much. Like, it's more like a haunted walking simulator, and I sort of agree with the camp that says that walking simulator isn't really a good description. Like, it shouldn't exist as an expression. Ooh, a double. Am I going to have to put these together? Like, puzzle piece style? Well, I guess we've cleaned up our objective, unless we have another ghost to fight on the way out. Right on cue. Hello there. What a fine head of hair you have. Oh, don't forget to point at the screen there, Tess. That's an important part of these rooty-tooty point-and-shooties. Where are you going to go? Oh, you take 3 hits, therefore you're going to take a complex gesture to dispose of. There it is. It's a good thing that it doesn't penalise you for doing the wrong gesture, because I did flap the nunchuck a little bit just to get rid of that one. So, I dare say this went rather well, and oh, it's saved now. I'm not going to end the episode just yet, because I want to actually get back to the place. But who knows, maybe we're going to be interrupted on our way back, so if we are going to be interrupted in our return to the lower village, then I'm going to interrupt the interruption and read those other books that we acquired. Hungry Ghosts. Only be seen in certain states of mind, so they only exist when you're high. Also, if you combine the names, you basically get Pinkus, and I'm okay with this. That's correlation, not causation. But, in all seriousness, what a tragic story indeed. And once again, my accent is at play there, making it sound like I'm being sarcastic when sincerely I'm not. Has my jogging caused another ghost to appear? Ooh, a tough toffee. You're bringing several. Well, someone's clearly in pursuit of intimidation. And now there's this, whatever this is. And another one. Game, what are you expecting from me? And that pulsating makes it look like I'm dying, but I'm not. Well, if there are ghosts everywhere that... Oh! Oh, I am taking damage. Well, it's all well and good telling me that, but I don't know where to look. Maybe that's what the purpose of up here was. Hey! So that's one. And then the other one is going to be somewhere else. Does seem a little bit cheap that being just being here is enough to drain my health. Maybe that's because I'm running. That could just be me. I mean, there is a health restory place there, but I don't know. This portion of the village is only small, so not today, thank you. Love that. Like, these ghost encounters aren't even required. I could just literally just walk past them and everything's okay. Okay, so do I not need to fight the ghost? Is that adequate? I am genuinely a little thrown off by that, because I was sort of being facetious when I said, oh, what if we get interrupted on our way back? Like, I can't say I was expecting that. I was expecting, like, at most, either like a cutscene or like a surprise, here's that monk again, or Eric just having a little bit of internal monologue or something, but no, we had a boss encounter, or as close to one as this game can supply. I'm impressed. I don't know whether I was losing health because I was in that state of existence or just because I was running. And I think the fact that that wasn't clearly telegraphed is kind of a count against it, but other than that, I think it was fairly okay. And I could go and use one of my incense in that shrine over there, but as a matter of pride, I'm not going to. I'm going to do an incense-free run apart from the tutorial one. So, how do apply thing? Oh, there's not even a puzzle involved. That is tragic. Well, there we go. I was going to say, is there another save point? And there is. So, I mean, I would grab these incense, but I'm going to save and quit now anyway, and it's just saved. I'll get them in the next one. So, I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons. This is Cursed Mountain, and I guess in the next episode we're likely to find out if Tristan was right, and if we do end up getting an illusion-cutting knife. And yes, I'm looking forward to it. Are you? See you then.